Welcome students to my today's class. Today we will start our discussion on our next chapter, circle. So a circle is a locus of a point moving on a plane keeping a fixed distance from a fixed point on the straight line. What I have said? Circle is the locus of a point moving on a plane keeping a fixed distance, that is constant distance, from a fixed point lying on the same plane. Suppose C is a point lying on a plane that is on the plane of our blackboard. C is a fixed point lying on the plane of our blackboard, and P is a point which moves on the same plane keeping equal distance. Say this distance is r unit. Then the path travelled by the point P, that is locus of the point P, is a circle having center C and radius r units. So let us find its equation first. Let PHK be any point belonging to the locus. Then according to the given condition, PC is r units. That implies, suppose we take coordinate of the center as the point x1, y1. So now we have PC square equals to r square. So PC square will be h minus x1 whole square plus a minus y1 whole square equals to r square. So now we can write equation to the locus of the P. Equation to the locus of the point P, that is equation to the circle having center at Cx1, y1 and radius r unit is given by replace h by x and k by y. So we get x minus x1 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square equals to r square. This is equation of circle having center at the point x1, y1 and radius r units. Okay. Now if we consider the center at origin, that is replace the point C by O, then in this equation we have to replace x1 by 0 and y1 by 0 because we know coordinates of origin is 0, 0. Then we get the equation of the circle as x square plus y square equals to r square. This is equation to the circle having center at the origin and radius r units. Now let us go to the general equation of circle. X square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals 0. Here g, f, c are parameters, represents general equation of circle having center at the point say C minus G minus F and radius root of G square plus H square minus C units. How do we get this? Look, we can write it in this way: x square plus 2 dot x dot d plus d square, then y square plus 2 dot y dot f plus f square. Then we write g square plus h square minus c. Look, here we have written g square, this will balance it. We have written f square, this will balance it, and this plus c, when goes to the right hand side, it becomes minus c. So we get x plus g whole square, y plus f whole square, root over of g square plus h square minus c, x whole square. We can write it again in this way: x minus minus g whole square g square plus h square minus c whole square. Now compare with the previous equation where we have written x minus x1 whole square plus y minus y1 whole square equals to r square. We get x1 minus g, y1 minus f, and r is the order of g square plus h square minus c. So from this step we can conclude that this represents a circle having center at the point minus g minus f and radius root over of g square plus f square minus. Okay. Now let us discuss equation of circles in some special cases. First case, number 1, equation of circle passing through origin. Passing through the origin. Now we have already seen that x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals 0. This represents equation of any circle lying on the xy plane. Now if this circle passes through the origin, then obviously x equals 0 and y equals 0 must satisfy the equation. So putting x equals 0 and y equals 0, we get c equals 0. So when a circle passes through the origin, then there will be no constant term in the equation. So the condition for a circle to pass through the origin is its constant term must be absent, that is c equals 0. So equation of any circle passing through the origin can be taken as x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy equals 0. There will be no c in the equation. Okay. So first type of equation. Then number 2, equation of circle having center on x-axis. Equation of circle number 2, equation of circle having center on x-axis. Again, start from the general equation. We have the equation x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals 0, representing any circle lying on the xy plane. Now, when center lies on x-axis, we know all the points lying on x-axis have their ordinate 0. So, ordinate of the center must vanish. We know coordinates of its center is minus g minus f. What is its ordinate? Its ordinate is minus f. So, right, when center of the circle lies on x-axis, then ordinate of the center must be 0. That is minus f equals 0. That is f equals 0. This is the condition for this circle having center on x-axis. So you can write equation of any circle having center on x-axis as x square plus y square plus 2gx plus c equals 0. Here there will be no f because ordinate of the center must be 0. Similarly, category 3, equation of any circle having center on y-axis. Start with the general equation x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals 0. Its center is at the point minus g minus f. Now when center lies on y-axis, we know all the points lying on y-axis have their axis as 0. Here axis of the center is minus g, so you must have minus g equals 0, that is g equals 0. This is the condition for this circle to have its center on y-axis. So equation of any circle having its center on y-axis can be taken as x square plus y square, there will be no 2gx, plus 2fy plus c equals 0. Okay, this was category 3. Next, equation of circle touching x-axis. This will be category 4. Equation of a circle touching x-axis. Let us draw a diagram first. Suppose these are two axes. Touching x-axis can happen in these ways. So the circle can lie in any one of the 4 quadrants and it may touch x-axis. Look, in each case the absolute value of the ordinate of the center is equal to its radius. Look, if it is center, then this is ordinate. If this is center, then this is ordinate. If this is center, then this is ordinate of the center. If this is center, then this is ordinate of the center. And in each case, absolute value of the ordinate of the center is equals to length of radius of the circle. Write it. When a circle, write in this way, when a circle touch x-axis, then why absolute value? Because sometimes ordinate is negative when the circle lies below the x-axis, but radius can be negative. That's why absolute value. Absolute value of the ordinate of the center is equals to length of radius of the circle. So, if you take center at the point alpha beta, then length of its radius will be mod beta. Okay, so write in this way. If we consider center at the point alpha beta, then radius will be mod beta units. So then we can write equation of the circle in this way. X minus alpha whole square, y minus beta whole square equals to mod beta whole square. So we ultimately get x square plus y square minus 2 alpha x minus 2 beta y plus alpha square equals to 0. So we can write equation of a circle touching x-axis in this way. Okay? Or in this way. Similarly, next category, equation of circle touching y-axis. This will be category 5. Touching y-axis. First draw diagram. Y-axis. Look, this is center, this is radius, this is center, this is radius, this is center, this is radius, this is center, this is radius. In each case, when a circle touch y-axis, then absolute value of the abscissa of its center is equal to length of radius. So write it. When a circle touches y-axis, then absolute value of the abscissa of its center is equal to length of radius of the circle. So if we consider center at the point alpha beta, then its radius will be mod alpha units. Then we can write the equation of the circle as x minus alpha whole square y minus beta whole square equals to mod alpha whole square. So after simplification we can write x square plus y square minus 2 alpha x minus 2 beta y plus beta square equals 0. This is the equation of any circle touching the y axis. Okay. Next, category 6, equation of circle touching both axes. Touching both axes. This is center. Both the line segments represent radius of the circle. This is center. Both are radius. Both line segments are radius. Both are radius. So, when a circle touches both axes, then absolute value of the abscissa is equals to absolute value of the ordinates, obviously of the centers, abscissa of the center, here also of the center, is equals to length of radius. So, you can consider the equation of the circle in many ways. Look, when the circle has its center on first quadrant or third quadrant, then abscissa and ordinates are exactly equal because they lie on the line bicostates. And when the circles lie in the second quadrant or fourth quadrant, then abscissa and ordinates are numerically equal but opposite in sign. Okay. So, if we consider that abscissa and ordinate of the center are exactly equal, then the equation will be in this way: x minus alpha whole square plus y minus alpha whole square equals to alpha square, or when they are of opposite sign, when they are of opposite sign, then equation will be x minus alpha whole square y plus alpha whole square equals to alpha. So from the given condition you have to understand that where the circle lies, whether it lies in first or third quadrant or it lies in second or fourth quadrant. According to the situation we have to select the equation. Okay. Now let us go to solve this type of problem. You can write as heading axis touching problem. The first question, a circle touches y-axis at 0, 5. These are coordinate axis 0, 5. Say this is 0, 5. This is 0, 5. You have a circle which touch y-axis at 0, 5 and whose center lies on the line 2x plus y equals to 13. Center lies on the line 2x plus y equals 13. The line will be in this way. X by 6.5, say here, and y by 13, say here. The center of the circle lies on this line. And you are asked to find the equation of the circle. Now, as the circle touch y-axis at 0, 5, this is the point 0, 5. From this you can conclude that ordinate of the center should be 5. Why? Because radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. This is perpendicular. So the center must lie on this line, and you know the equation of this line is y equals to 5. As the center lies on this line, so its ordinate must be 5. So let us consider the abscissa at the point alpha, 5. When abscissa be alpha, then coordinates of center will be alpha, 5. To write in this way, as the circle touches y-axis at 0, 5, so its center must lie on the line y equals to 5. So ordinate of the center must be 5. So let the coordinates of the center be alpha, 5. Now according to the question, center lies on the line 2x plus y equals 30. According to the question, center lies on the line 2x plus y equals 30. Therefore 2 alpha plus 5 equals 30. This gives alpha equals to 4. So you get coordinates of the center as 4, 5, and you know when a circle touches y-axis, then then absolute value of the axis of the center is equal to length of radius. So length of radius is equals to absolute value of the abscissa of the center is equals to mod of 4 equals to 4 units. So now we can write equation of the circle as, look, we know coordinates of center 4, 5, we know radius 4 units. So we can write equation of the circle as equation of the required circle as x minus 4 whole square plus y minus 5 whole square is equals to 4 square. Now just simplify it. You get x square plus y square minus 8x minus 10y plus 25 equals to 0. This is your answer. X square plus y square minus 8x minus 10y plus 25 equals to 0. Next question. Find the equation of a circle which passes to the point 4, 2 and touches both the coordinate axes. How many such circles are possible? In our last discussion in category 6, we have discussed that when a circle touches both the axes, then the circle may lie in any one of the 4 quadrants, but when the circle lies in first or third quadrant, then their axis and ordinate are exactly equal. But when they lie in second and fourth quadrant, then their axis and ordinate are numerically equal but opposite in sign. Here it is given that the circle passes through the point 4, 2. That is through a point which lies in first quadrant. So it suggests us that the circle must lie in first quadrant, because for a circle lying in other quadrants it is impossible to pass through the point 4, 2. Okay. So write in this way. Here, as the circle passing through the point 4, 2 touches both the axes, so it must lie in Q1. Q1 means first quadrant. It is obvious. So when a circle lies in first quadrant, then and touches both the coordinate axes, you can consider the center as the point alpha, alpha, and its radius is alpha units, because alpha is positive here as it lies in first quadrant. So you can consider let the equation of the circle be x minus alpha whole square y minus alpha whole square equals to alpha square, because alpha is greater than 0 here as the circle lies in first quadrant. Now as the circle, now just simplify it first. X square plus y square minus 2 alpha x minus 2 alpha y plus alpha square equals 0, because 1 alpha square is cancelled. As the circle passes to the point 4, 2, to just replace x by 4 and y by 2, we get 4 square plus 2 square, 2 alpha into 4, 2 alpha into 2 plus alpha square equals 0. So you get alpha square minus 4 alpha minus 8 alpha, that is minus 12 alpha. Then 4 square 16 plus 4 20. Now you can write it as alpha minus 2 into alpha minus 10 equals 0. So you get two values of alpha. One is 2, another is 10. So possible centers are at the points 2, 2 or at the point 10, 10, and the corresponding radius will be 2 units and 10 units. So now you can write the equation of the circle as x minus 2 whole square, y minus 2 whole square equals to 2 square, or x minus 10 whole square, y minus 10 whole square equals to 10 square. You can keep the answer in this form, or you can simplify it. X square plus y square minus 4x minus 4y plus 4 equals 0, or you can simplify it as x square plus y square minus 20x minus 20y plus 100 equals 0. Okay. Next, let us go to the next topic. So from this section you can take a homework. Homework is two circles of radii 2 units and 10 units respectively pass to the point 2, 4, touch both the coordinate axes. Find the equation of the two circles, also find the other common point of intersection. Okay, just the reverse problem that I have solved in the previous problem. You can do it as homework. Now, next topic, equation of circle given extremities of a diameter. Next topic, equation of a circle given extremities of a diameter, because a circle has infinitely many diameter. So one of the diameter, you know the both extremities. Now you have to find the equation of the circle. Let us consider this circle. Say this is one of its diameter. So this is center. Say A will be the diameter. Let coordinates of A be x1, y1 and B be x2, y2. This is center C. Let P be any point, P, H, K be any point lying on the circle. Then it is obvious that angle APB will be 90 degree, because you know angle in a semicircle is a right angle always. So let us find first slope of AP. Slope of AP is K minus y1 by H minus x1. Next, equals to M1 say. Slope of BP. This will be K minus y2 by H minus y1. H minus x. N2 say. We know when two straight lines are mutually perpendicular, then product of their slopes is minus 1. Now as angle APB equals 90 degree, so slope of AP into slope of BP is minus 1. That is M1 M2 equals to minus 1. Since AP perpendicular to BP, so you get k minus y1 by h minus x1 into k minus y2 by h minus x2 equals to minus 1. Now just write it in this way: k minus y1 into k minus y2 equals to minus h minus x1 h minus x2. Now you can write it in this way: shift this on the left hand side, you get h minus x1 into h minus x2 plus k minus y1 into k minus y2 equals to 0. So therefore, locus of the point ph comma k, that is equation of the circle having AB as one of its diameter, is given by, just replace h by x and k by y. You get x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 equals 0. We have to remember this formula because this will be very useful in different problems. Next, family of concentric circles. Next topic, family of concentric circles. You know what are concentric circles? That is a set of circles having same center. These are family of concentric circles. You know x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals 0 represents a circle on the xy plane. So if we make it as parameter and gf constant, then this will be family of concentric circles concentric with circle 1. Suppose this is circle 1 where g and f are constant. So family of circles concentric with 1 are given by family is given by x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus lambda equals 0. Lambda is a parameter. For different values of lambda, we get different member of the family. But GF remains fixed because center must be fixed. Let us solve a problem of this type. Suppose we have the circle this x square plus y square minus 4x plus 6y plus 7 equals 0, and you are asked to find equation of a circle concentric with this circle and passes to the origin. Say passes to the origin. So how do we solve it? First write equation of any circle concentric with one can be taken as x square plus y square minus 4x plus 6y plus lambda equals 0. Lambda is a parameter. Now, as the circle passes to the origin, so you must have lambda equals 0. So, required equation of circle is x square plus y square minus 4x plus 6y equals 0. Look, center of this circle is at 2 minus 3. This circle also has its center at 2 minus 3. And this circle passes through the origin, that's why there is no constant term in this equation. Similarly, you have some more conditions, another condition, say it passes to the point 57. So just pass this circle through the point 57, you get the value of lambda, just put the value of lambda here, you get the required equation of circle. So in this way we handle family of concentric circles. Okay. Next, equation of circle. Take some homework from this part. After giving the homework, we end our today's class here. Number 1. Find the equation of the circle concentric with x square plus y square minus 4x plus 6y plus 4 equals 0 and passing through the point 2 minus 2. Passing through 2 minus 2. You will get lambda equals to 12. Okay. So let us end today's class here. We will meet our next class in our next class with a new topic, equation of circle passing through given 3 non-collinear points. Till then, goodbye. Bye.